Hey everyone, it's me, IncortersMand, and today I'm going to be reviewing set number 75222, Betrayal at Cloud City. Now, as you can see, the box art looks actually really amazing, and this set is considered to be a master builder set. Actually, it doesn't say on the top of the box, but still, if you go to a LEGO website, it actually says that this is a master builder set. As you can see, we have tons of room going to what I'm going to tell you just in a little bit. The massive, really cool, awesome slave one. The characters in this set actually are really amazing. Even the cloud car. Oh my god, this set is just one of a beast. At the back of the box, as you can see, a lot of really cool play features, what you can do with this set. As you can see, you have the Besman duel, basically the torturing chamber, the freezing chamber, the dining room, and basically a lot of going on here. As always, the top of the box features a lot of really awesome minifigures. This set includes, as I told you, 20 minifigures in total. If you don't count the droids, basically the IG-88 and basically the R2-D2. If you don't count them, it's basically 18 minifigures, but if you do count them, there's 20 minifigures in total in this set. Now, if you basically open the box inside, you can see there's two white boxes, and it's basically designed to be a UCS set. As you can see, it's just said, I've just made a deal that'll keep the Empire out of here forever. Lando Calrissian. So as you can see, the box looks actually really amazing. Yeah, it looks like a UCS design, as basically features a lot of really cool details that we'll have in this set. The other one is just completely white. And as you can see, the instruction booklet actually shares the same design as we have in the front of the box. And basically opening up the instruction, we can see a lot of really cool details. Basically the same sign that we just saw on the box, and some really cool designer details. As you can see, I'm not going to read through this because it's going to take a lot of time, but you can just pause the video to basically check out all the awesome facts about the Cloud City and basically the design features. So as you can see, here's actually a lot of going on. As the instruction goes on, some really cool details that we'll basically see in this set. The graphic designers, the minifigure designer, as I remember from the LEGO video. And so yeah guys, and then it goes on basically the bags, and you only start at building the set at page 16 is the page you start building the set. After accomplishing the model, you get a total of 20 minifigures, which is a lot compared to the previous model, which was revealed basically in 2003. And now yes, the year change is basically a lot. And now let's get to probably one of the main minifigures, which I think are really exclusive to this set. Starting now, we have the two cloud car pilots. As you can see, we got a pair of two of them, and they look actually really amazing. I really like the design of them, and the helmet looks actually pretty cool. They get the silver pistols, which are really exclusive sometimes because I don't see them really often. The two Besman guards, which came only in the UCS Slave 1, are actually really amazing detail basically to the Cloud City, and they actually look really cool. I really like the mustache dude because the mustache are actually always cool in Star Wars. I really love it. And basically this blue costume with this blue cap looks actually really amazing. The pistol is used actually from Jango Fett as always. Yeah, I don't consider it as a pistol at all. And now this is the first edition boss, which you can't even find anywhere. This is the first time LEGO has ever released a LEGO boss minifigure. And basically, yeah, they have released it on a pretty perfect set. As you can see, it has some really cool details at the back of his head, which actually looks really decent. I really like his details. He always comes with Lando Calrissian. Now, speaking about Lando Calrissian, as you can see, this is one of the best designs that we have ever got in LEGO, with this blue cape sharing inside a really golden look to it. I just really love this minifigure. This minifigure is just super outstanding. I really love everything to it, and just basically is my favorite minifigure out of all this set. Honestly, I really like this Leia minifigure. Basically, here's two versions of Leia, the Hoth Leia and basically the Cloud City outfit Leia. I really like the dark red used in this set, and her outfit looks actually really amazing, but the most outstanding part, I think, is the back of her torso. Basically, as you can see, the back of her torso goes really like with her dress. Now, this Boba Fett design we got a lot of times in LEGO. Basically, the only exclusive thing is the arm printing, which is actually really amazing. This is a Cloud City Boba Fett, but from 2018, but 2003 one is actually really expensive. He looks actually really decent as the other Boba Fetts we got in a couple of years, but just basically the only exclusive thing is the arm prints, which you have in both of them sides. Let me just check the other one. Yeah, this one actually looks really amazing, better than the other one. Honestly, I think this is one of the best Han Solo minifigures out yet. As you can see, it features a really cool torso design with this blue jacket. His hairpiece is actually really outstanding. The first one we got is in the 2016 Death Star, and the most thing that we didn't see ever in the time, as you can see, is the side printing on his legs. So it basically moved up the arm from Han Solo, and as you can see, there's a little handle which you can actually put his pistol on, and and it actually doesn't have the pistol because he's basically holding it. Now that's a really cool detail that we didn't have in any other Han Solo minifigure. Last but certainly not least, we have the best bin duel Luke Skywalker, or the Cloud City Luke Skywalker, and he looks super outstanding. Just look at the details that we have on him. Without the lightsaber, it looks even better. As you can see, he has some really cool pockets on the bottom of his legs, and it looks really amazing. As you can see, it is actually one of the best Luke Skywalker minifigures we have ever got in the Lego Star Wars set. And he has two faces. As you can see, this face actually really shows the experience. Mark Hamill, the actor that plays for Luke Skywalker, shares the same look basically when Darth Vader reveals that he is his father. Now those minifigures are basically the last minifigures which we got in a lot of Lego sets, except this minifigure. He was only in one set, basically in the freezing chamber, which was revealed actually the past year for like $25 this set was cost, but this is actually a different design, so he is actually really outstanding too. But as you can see, we got two stormtroopers, Darth Vader, IG-88, Han Solo in his carbonite suit, basically, as you can see when he's about to be frozen, C-3PO, R2-D2, and the two stormtroopers, which I told you about. The Darth Vader is actually one of the best designs. The only one thing is missing is arm printing, which have made him one of the best Darth Vader minifigures out yet, and has the dual molded helmet, which can be revealed, and you can see the Darth Vader menacing look. Starting now, we have the Bespin duel, probably one of the best designs that we've ever got. The only time we got another Bespin duel was in the old Cloud City and in a Comic-Con exclusive set, which nobody could ever got it. It was revealed for $40, sold on Target, and not a lot of people actually got it. As you can see, we have Luke Skywalker with his face and Darth Vader revealing that he's Luke Skywalker's father.
One never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
No, I am your father.
So basically, this is one of the most anticipated scene in the whole Star Wars franchise, and is one of the most coolest thing in basically the Cloud City. As you can see, here's a little window that can actually pop up and just basically break. This is one of the most coolest play features for this little section of, and one of the best sections in this Cloud City. And as you can see, Luke Skywalker is actually really sad, and he's actually really confused of what just happened. Next to the Bespin duel, we have this really cool ladder with some really glowing pieces, and by going up those ladder, we can see the freezing chamber, which Han Solo will be actually frozen just in a little bit. But first of all, let me just show you what you can basically do with this freezing chamber. It can be actually really easily attached. It just doesn't even connect. So it holds by those two ice cream pieces. And basically, here's a little control panel. I forgot to even add Chewbacca in this set, but basically you just have to flip this lever and it actually reveals Han Solo in his carbonite freezing chamber. That is actually really cool. I really like this play feature added in this set, and is one of the greatest play features. This mechanism is actually really sturdy and is actually really hard to build, so you have to be very focused, because I rebuilded this set 2 times, basically this section, to make it actually work. And as you can see, the work is completed. Getting into one of the most beautiful vehicles in this set is a Slave 1. It's basically a mini version of a 20th anniversary Slave 1, or basically the UCS Slave 1. And as you can see, it actually is really beautiful when you actually finish the model. Basically, the complete build is always awesome to see at the end. In the landing position, we can see some stud shooters, which can actually has this blue stud shooter we can actually fire. Let me just show you that. Pew, pew. Wait, no. Yes, and which I'll never stick back. But here we have some other cannons which are not even movable, they're just attached, which is actually really great for a Lego designer basically to see, and a Lego builder. As you can see, here's always this little ladder, and here's a gun. Here's actually a place which you can hold Boba Fett's blaster. This is basically how it looks when the pistol is actually attached. Now, basically, the cockpit on this Slave 1 isn't really perfect. As you can see, I think they should use a new mold for basically this section. And inside, there isn't anything to talk about. Let me just flip it so you can see it. Yeah, there aren't any really great details inside of this cockpit. And basically, one of the coolest features about this set is when it's in landing position, basically those side panels, they actually flip with the Slave 1. As you can see, it actually is the play feature which was in other Slave 1. As you can see, when it goes whoop, it goes whoop, whoop. It goes that way. And at the back, this has Han Solo in his carbonite, basically frozen and ready to go to Jabba the Hutt. Finally, continuing with our vehicles, we have the Podcar. Basically, the Cloud City Podcar is actually a really amazing detail to the build. It actually would have worked as another little set. So basically, we haven't even got any Cloud City cars, basically besides a Lego system version and this version. But it's actually really inaccurate. It was completely, as I remember, yellow or orange. And yeah, but Lego didn't produce so many orange pieces that year. And as you can see, red is actually really popular color in Lego. And why would they remake like a whole factory to remake actually pieces? But they know that this set will be actually really for adults and for Lego collectors. But it's now going to be a very available set. And as you can see, it has those shooter missiles, which can also be shooted. Pew. And at the back, as you can see, we have this really cool engine which can actually be flown away. And the really cool detail about this set is basically the seats. As you can see, the seats can be opened like this, and the top section can be opened like that. So you actually, it's really movable, but it doesn't open those two panels because it is attached by those two sections. And so yeah, guys, this is how it looks when the two Cloud pilots are basically piloting the Cloud car. Actually, the only thing that you can see is the eyes of them, and it actually really sturdy build. It actually a really playable vehicle, and is actually one of the most famous vehicles basically in Cloud City. The next section of the build features a platform which you can place the Cloud car, basically, which we just showed you, and it's a very cool landing plot, but it doesn't use anything. It has the two connections which place some extra weapons, and it has the same thing on the other side. But besides the Cloud car, here's a real escape room which you can actually be going through the ladder up and down. Now, this is a room that I completely forgot what happened here. The only thing as I remember that Chewbacca saved C-3PO from those pigs that were trying to torture him, basically burn him to lava. Yeah, that is basically the only thing that I can tell about basically this section. As you can see in the box, it shows that IG-88 must have been just landing here because he's actually a droid, and that's what happened basically in this room. The really cool thing is that the door is actually behind, can be opened and closed. So he actually mixed up C-3PO parts so it can be more accurate. Now the last room in this section is the torturing chamber room. So basically this is Han Solo being tortured by a machine, as I remember. And there's some space for minifigures, but I don't think you can fit much. Here's a little when you can just sleep there, and there's a little section when you can just basically put a random minifigure. There isn't much space. There's only space for like one minifigure. So yeah, this is more like a prison section, and basically when Han Solo is being tortured by Darth Vader. Now through those rooms, as you can see, there's a little hall right there which you can actually lead to the landing platform where basically the Slave 1 and the Millennium Falcon have been landed. The really cool thing about it that you can actually attach this thing from basically this whole the Cloud City, and there's only those two connectors which don't actually do anything. They just sneak right in. You just have to pull it a little bit up, get to those section, and basically it just stands right perfectly. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just on its place. Now, the only vehicle that can actually be headed in this place is basically the Slave 1, the mini version of the Slave 1, which is actually fits here pretty snugly. I really like the look of it, and basically moves to the whole platform. It takes the whole space from this whole platform. Now, this is what I call a really nice entryway. As you can see, here's a lot of space to put some of your minifigures, like some stormtroopers waiting for Darth Vader to land, and basically the door right in, it just looks very amazing, and it just slides to the right side and basically opens up to head to inside the Cloud City. Now when walking into the Cloud City, we can see Lando Calrissian with his two Bespin guards inside it, and basically as you can see, here's a little lamp, as I would call it, which is actually a pretty sturdy build, but I just have no idea what it has to do with this set. And there are a lot of those pieces which I zero had of ideas of what is that, and it's I just really enjoy those windows, like white and blue windows, which actually look really amazing. Basically this white room is actually really amazing. It just is a nice room to get through others room. Now this is a little section when C-3PO has been caught by stormtroopers and basically destroyed, so there isn't much into it. There's just some little of those pieces connecting to have some details, some little chairs where you can basically sit down, and this little space to just put your stormtrooper up. The really cool thing about is the doors, which can actually be sliding in like this and basically come closed. Yeah, it just holds by this little, not such just little connector, which basically holds this full door, and basically it can close automatically. Now next to that, we have a little room when Han Solo and basically Princess Leia adds up her new dress, and they talk about some special things that Lando Calrissian, as I remember, is not a friend to us, and Han Solo doesn't trust him. But basically, yeah, those are the two seat when they see it, and basically the plant is supposed to be basically brown, but to add a little bit of life, I think Lego added a little bit green green, so it actually would work as a normal plant from our basically civilization. And it has this really cool door, which I showed you in the other section, which we closed. Yeah, the same detail that we had in the other room. Now let's get to the final section. Now the dining room is basically where everything happened. As you can see, we have Darth Vader and Boba Fett standing right in waiting for our main characters, and Lando Calrissian says, "I've made a deal that just leave the Empire far away from here."
I've just made a deal that'll keep the Empire out of here forever.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Forever. And there's Lando Calrissian like standing behind, and they're about to dine with Vader, have a dining, basically lunch with Vader, and they don't seem very happy at all. We have the main characters standing right there, and basically the seats look very often, and the real plates look real great. I really like those pieces using as plates. Here's a little cup of cake, I would say, and some glass bottles to help them warm up. And behind Chewbacca, as you can see, we have a little version of the mini version, basically, of the Cloud City. And basically, at the middle of the Cloud City, we have a mini version of basically the whole Cloud City. So this is a little bit bigger version than we had in the dining room, but it still features a lot of details that can be done. And those pieces, if you think, are they even important? Yeah, those pieces are very important. Basically, it doesn't do much. It just adds a very nice look to the set. Basically, without them, it looks really bad, I should say. Like, let me just give you up. Yeah, it doesn't look very well without them. So, yeah, guys, those pieces are very important to the set if somebody's asking. But still, the mini version of the Cloud City, there's 2 of them, and I really enjoy looking at them. Now, honestly, I think this is a fantastic set. I love everything about it, but certainly it is not a display set. Like, it's really hard to even display it and put it on a normal shelf. Now, the minifigure selection is just outstanding. You got so many new minifigures, new looks of them, and basically the new designs. And I really just love those stormtroopers. I really just love them. They're basically from 2014, but I still love them. The Lando Calrissian is still my favorite character out of all of this section, and I personally think that the mini version of the sleigh one could sell this whole thing. Now, the price point originally was $300 as I remember, or $260, but right now the sealed version, it costs a lot of smackaronis. Basically it costs now a lot of money. So yeah, guys, to pick this setup, it's going to be a very hard decision, but I honestly think that this is one of a beast. So yeah, guys, what do you think about this set? Please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching this long, and leave a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you legends in the next one. Peace out.